Have you guys heard of UV direct-to-film? Check it out. We just got the all-new DTF Station Aries 213 UV direct-to-film printer, and somebody trusted me with the keys. I haven't driven this particular car before, but today we're gonna be taking you on a full, uncut, A to Z, no edits, no breaks, one-take shot on operation on this new machine, go over what it's good for, best applications and uses, and a live demonstration on how to apply these awesome graphics. So if you've been working with decals, stickers, or maybe you're customizing hard surface items, what does that usually leave us with? Vinyl, heat presses, sublimation. Well, today we're gonna be showing you how you can throw all that out the window and customize all those things. And again, we're doing this in one take, one shot. What could go wrong, right? Let's get into it. Okay, didn't unplug anything. We're going good so far. All right, now let's talk about this machine. This is gonna be the newest UV direct-to-film printer from DTF Station, and there's a lot to love here. For starters, we are looking at a more compact footprint when compared to the previous generation, the Aries 113, meaning less space required to operate this machine in your work area, wherever that may happen to be. Now, as far as output, we are going to be looking at approximately 13 inches wide of UV direct-to-film printing power or width that we have on there. And as far as print speed, we're going to be looking at about 8 square feet an hour at a sellable resolution. Now, we're not going to dial the speed up to get you images or picture quality that isn't ideal. This is going to be bold, opaque, bright, brilliant colors, and they're going to be, again, able to be applied to any hard surface imaginable. Now, this is going to be what we call an all-in-one solution, meaning we don't need any extra machines or equipment. No separate laminator needed for this one. Now, what we have here is going to be an Epson i3200 HD printhead. The HD is important. And this is going to be pumping out high resolution colors, full color decals that, again, we can apply to any hard surface. Now, when we talk about the all-in-one lamination, that's going to be this front portion up here. So essentially what's happening is that printhead is producing full color graphics onto what we call the A film, and then it's being cured instantly with UV light. Now, what happens after it's produced onto that A film, up front here we have a laminator. So think of this as a carrier sheet or masking tape if you've worked with those other printing processes. Talking about the sticker vinyl stuff. Now, once it goes through the laminator, it's kind of a roll-to-roll printing process without multiple roll printing machines. Now, if you think about traditional DTF, it's printed out onto the film, and then it goes into the powder machine, dried, heated. That's usually 2 appliances there, 2 outlets, 2 electrical bills, basically. Having everything all in one means more compact space, and then it rolls everything for us up on this convenient take-up reel. Now, if you've printed with UV ink before, maybe you've been at a trade show around UV printing ink, you know there can be a smell. Let's address that for a moment. Now, for the first time, DTF Station was kind enough to include a built-in air purifier. Now, this is gonna be what keeps all the smell, any kind of scent, any kind of odor, any of that UV smell that you're used to, or maybe you've been around before, basically a non-factor. All we gotta do is go ahead and kick this on, turn on. And there we go. And you'll have adjustable controls as well, but we'll save this for when we actually start production. Now, this machine, if you couldn't tell, this is not an unboxing video. This is already fully assembled and set up. The film is already loaded in the line, ink's already charged, and this is essentially ready to go, I hope. Let's dive on into it. Now, let's talk about the program that's going to be driving this machine. Now, a lot of our equipment, as of late, we've been jumping onto the Neo Stamper RIP software. We are big fans of the color output we've been enjoying with this program and the accuracy as well. And it's pretty straightforward. Now, from a working standpoint, all we're going to do here, this little file open folder, we're gonna go ahead and click on that and then select the jobs that we want to produce. And once we bring them in, we'll have full control as far as how many pieces, how big are the pieces, and basically have a full continuous roll-to-roll production. It's super easy to build the gang sheet, is what I'm trying to say here. Now let's go ahead and get these dimensions sized up. Get a couple of these here, and we're not just gonna send one print. We got about 13 inches left to write. We always recommend maximize your film. The more usage, the more prints you can get out of that piece of material, the less out of pocket we're costing to produce each individual product. Talking about profit margins going up, consumable costs going down. That makes sense, right? All right, let's get another graphic on in here. We got the cat. We'll do the Nashville print. Size this guy up as well. And I think we are ready to go. And guys, if you have any questions on UV Direct-to-Film, the RIP software you're using, air purification, or anything UV DTF in general, go ahead and drop those in the comment section down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a perfect opportunity to hit that red button. All right, let's see here. Everything's looking good. All right, let's go ahead and send this first job. Print. Now, if you guys haven't printed UV before, this is gonna be technically a solvent-based ink, and this process, as far as how we're printing onto the film and our application, which you'll see in just a moment, is gonna be ideal for your hard surface items, non-flexible, and ideally smooth to the touch. I can already hear the printer going. Let's go ahead and kick on that air purifier. All right, now one thing I do want to mention about the software, this is going to be a Windows-based program, so for all of our Apple graphic designers, computer operators, you will need a Windows computer to run this machine. Now I do want to also mention, this does come with on-site installation / training, so whether you're operating out of the home, maybe in the print shop, someone from the company will be at your location, get everything situated so you can walk in just like we did here today and get up and running, go over the machine, maintenance, everything on that. So kind of an all-in-one package we have here. Let's go ahead and throw it to a quick time lapse and we'll get these prints coming on out of the machine. All right, let's see what we got. Sorry, can't hear you. Let me kill that purifier. I'm kidding, it's really not that loud. Alrighty, now here we have it. I do want to highlight really quick our little full color display on the Aries 213. Gives you running timer percentage-wise as far as how far we are in the prints that you sent as far as completion. Let's go ahead and use our down arrow. We're going to advance this through. You can see all the prints that we've gone ahead and sent. Now, what this is happening up here is the marrying process. Again, we printed onto the A film. It was cured instantly with UV light. And then up front here, we have this laminator, this blue roll. It's not actually blue as you see. That's gonna be the B film. So think of that as a carrier sheet or the application tape, the mask for these prints. And I think that should be enough for here for me. All right, now, once you've completed production on your rolls, on your prints, whatever it is you're gonna be preparing with UV DTF, we're just gonna go in here and we're gonna, actually I'll use this down arrow a little bit more. The reason I just moved the down arrow a little bit further is because when I segment this off, when I resume production on my Aries 213, I'm gonna wanna be able to reaffix the roll that's on here to my take-up reel and resume production as normal. So we'll just go down a little bit further here and that should be solid. So I'm gonna go ahead, actually I'm gonna kill my motor first. That way once I release it from the B-roll, that it's not gonna just keep rolling on me incessantly. So I've turned off my motor. Now we're gonna go in here with our scissors. We're gonna just segment off what it is that we need. There we have it. So now what I can do is take the rest of our artwork. Gimme. There we go. All right. Had a little grip there, didn't she? All right. And just segment everything off together. Alrighty. Now, what we have here are fully completed transfers. These are gonna be ready for distribution. These can be stored for later use. I can send these to somebody and then they can apply them, or we can apply them right freaking now, which is that's what we're gonna do. Now, first things up, let's go ahead and separate all of our prints. So, you guys ready to see a live demonstration? Ready to see how easy and how repeatable this process is when you're using UV DTF for your hard surface items? Let's get to it. All right, Now, everything was very straightforward so far. I would say what most people do struggle with in this printing process is separating of the A and B sheets. Nothing real major there to worry about. So let's go ahead and start removing these from each other. Now, again, we printed onto the A film, and then the B film is what we laminated with. This is our carrier sheet. So now it's gonna be super easy to apply. So I got this stainless steel tumbler here. Again, I would say drinkware is probably the most popular item for this. And we can go on to those darker items, things sublimation can't do, with ease. Again, no heat press required. Now, a little pro tip I like to do with these is when you're using rounded edges, I like to apply kind of down the middle firstly, and then work the pressure outwards. Now, another pro tip is gonna be to really only apply that pressure where there is printed imagery. In my early days, when I didn't know what I was doing with UV DTF, I was pressing the whole dang carrier sheet. It made it a little more difficult to actually remove. Now, before we go ahead and get to that removal process, what I'm gonna do with my handy squeegee is just go in and apply more pressure to the ink, especially on those curves. We're gonna work all of the ink coverage on the stainless steel tumbler like so. Again, just really the printed ink. If there's any fine details on here, just to get that nice and applied. And we're not gonna rip this off so much like a Band-Aid. I like to go in smooth, continuous motions, and I never like to lift my film up to the ceiling. We're gonna go kind of low against the substrate itself. All right, hopefully nothing goes wrong. All right, so let's just start from up here. I got some of this to hold on to. And again, we're gonna go smooth, continuous motion against the item. And as you can see, we're not losing any detail. Everything is staying on the tumbler, meaning we had good application, we had good levels in our RIP software. Now we got a fine detail part here. Let's see if this adheres. And oh, we got it. All right, I'm gonna show you up front real quick on camera one. I was slightly concerned about that right there, just because it is a smaller portion, but with good pressure and good equipment, we were able to keep all of our details. And this is essentially a finished product. That's done, but let's keep going. All right, now that was our whole production process. The machine did most of the heavy lifting as far as the printing, the laminating, having everything application ready. All I had to do was come in here with the squeegee. Now let's look at what we created. Now, first of all, acrylic. This is gonna have a relatively low melting point, so that immediately rules out any kind of sublimation process to customize this kind of material. And we were able to go full color on here, and we also produced the color white. Now, this again is gonna be a much faster process, less equipment involved, and a far wider range as far as applications and things that we can use this with when compared to sublimation. Now, as far as colors, this could be achieved technically with sticker vinyl. Again, that's also gonna be a pressure application applied by hand, but we would be cutting out each individual color on here. Now, I suppose we could go the print and cut route where you have printable vinyl, but that would involve the printable vinyl, that would involve the vinyl cutter itself for that, multiple machines, big giant roll-to-roll process. So this is a little bit more of a compact and quicker way to go. Moving on here. Now, the detail. So for something like this, going onto a black background, that's already gonna be a big no-no for our sublimation printers out there. If you're customizing these kind of drinkware items, they're usually either white in background to provide any white in the image, let you get full color resolution, because again, Sublimation is a CMYK printing process. Over here, we have your cyan, your yellow, magenta, blue, black, and white as a backing or as elements if the design calls for that. So being a sticker form here, I suppose we could go the vinyl route, but if you look at the detail on there, the weeding, the layering that would be involved, and it's gonna sit a little bit higher. And in my opinion also, this is gonna be far more durable. Just an example of some of the different things on here. Glass, now there is technically sublimation glass, but it's gonna have more of a frost to it for that coating that we told you about. Here again, this kind of misfits batch of random items that we had here hard surface wise. Heck, if you notice, you didn't hear from me, but I believe that DTF Station logo is also UV direct to film. Just to speak to the durability of these kind of transfers, your applications you can do with them, industrial as well. So great stuff there for everyone to enjoy. I'm just gonna check in really quick on here. A, B, C, glassware, drinks, bottles, shakers, candle jars, cosmetic containers. There's really no limit on here, guys, as far as what we can create with this. With UV direct to film, now you really can DTF everything. Guys, that's pretty much gonna be everything as far as the entire process, A to Z, start to finish. But if you have more questions, we got the comment section down below, and there's a link in our bio. If you want a free, live, in-person, or virtual demonstration with the Aries line of UV direct to film, or maybe the larger 24-inch, or any of our products here, we're here for you guys. Go ahead and click the link in the bio, or if you're local to Southern California, or maybe the Pittsburgh area, we do have demo centers available for you guys. But that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed working with the Aries 213 for the first time, just like I did, and you saw how easy and repeatable the entire process is. So go DTF everything. Let's pretty much wrap it up for this one. My name is Esteban. We're All American Print Supply. We'll see you in the next one. I think we got it.